Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. And today we are on episode 61. Marichu's leap from caregiver exhaustion to digital empowerment. And our guest is Marichu Pruyt. So she will be joining us in a few minutes. But before we dive into our topic, let me introduce myself. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor. So, I also want to invite you to the live webinar. So if you want to learn how to start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register into my website that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into my website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register to the live webinar. Our live webinars happens every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So you can register to either Tuesdays or Thursdays or to both. The second link that is in there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you haven't catched the replay, the live webinar because you couldn't make it, you can watch the replay from the comfort of your own home and through that link. So in addition to that, I invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now you're probably wondering, okay, so what am I going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also you get to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from yesterday's live webinar. So if you want to catch this replay from yesterday's live webinar before tomorrow's live webinar, here are the hosts and panelists for that day. Okay, so our host is Caroline. She's a hospital discharge navigator. And our first panelist is Tashi, a stay-at-home mom. We also have Marika, an R&B host. We have Maria, a retired nurse educator. We have Soon, an online business owner. Merisani, a retired senior corporate executive. We have Jacqueline, a registered nurse. And we have Irene, an online business owner. So as you see, we have all different walks of life, but they all have something in common, and that is, decided to take that leap of faith to change their lives and their families' lives. So if you're catching this replay before tomorrow's live webinar, our replays have subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. So like we mentioned, we are on episode 61. So today's topic is Marichu's leap from caregiver exhaustion to digital empowerment. And our guest is Marichu Pruyt. But before I bring her to the studio, let me introduce her to you guys, okay? So I'm honored to welcome today's inspiring guest, Marichu. She's originally from the Philippines and now living in Michigan, USA. Marichu is a proud digital business owner and mentor whose story is a true testament to resilience, faith, and transformation. She began her journey as a caregiver, juggling 3 demanding jobs just to make ends meet. Physically exhausted and emotionally drained, she reached a turning point. Okay, so realizing there had to be more to life than just surviving shift to shift. So, with no business background, but armed with grit, heart, and a desire for time freedom and financial relief, she started building a digital side hustle in the small windows of time she had. So what started as a $50 win online became the first step toward freedom. So today, Marichu has quit both of her caregiving jobs and now dedicates her life to mentoring others who are ready to change their stories, just like she did. So get ready to be deeply moved by her journey from burnout to breakthrough. So let's invite Marichu to the studio. Hi, Marichu. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. That is so awesome. What a wonderful introduction. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you want to add that I haven't mentioned there?
Yeah, so well, I just wanna introduce a little bit about myself.
Mhm.
Before I started this, by the way, my name is Marichu. I'm coming live to you from Michigan, USA. Welcome, welcome to your audience here. So I hope they will learn something, insight, in our journey, and of course the challenges. Right. So yes, a little bit about me. I'm from originally from the Philippines. I used to work three caregiving jobs as a caregiver. I've been in this business now for I would say almost 2 years. So before I started, I'm a mom. I'm married, and before I started this business, it was my caregiving job. I won't say it was bad, but of course, before I started, I thought I reached my financial stability. Then so when I discovered this amazing online opportunity, I was skeptical, of course, just like everybody else, but I did uh, my how do you see this? I did my research in my
Mhm.
homework. So all of us out there, we should do that. We encourage you to do that. But at the same time, you have to take the first step and take the leap of faith.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. So let's dive into the questions. Okay. So first question for you. So you went from juggling three caregiving jobs to running a successful online business. What was the moment that made you say, I need to find another way?
Yes. So my turning point was, during COVID time. I was actually deciding between me or my family. So
Mhm.
during that time, of course, everybody can relate this, right? During that time, should I stay in my job or should I just stay home? So then I'm thinking to myself, if I stay home during pandemic, who's gonna take care of, sick people? So of course, I my family was at the time was the second, you know my second priority. And then so then also at that time I have three caregiving jobs. So later on I said, fast forward, later on I said, I asked myself, I said, self, do I have to continue working three caregiving jobs? But let's face it, for you out there, if you are a caregiving job, if you are a caregiver, if you are a healthcare workers, let's face it, our job is rewarding. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's exhausting, right? And with three caregiving job, yes, I come home with my family. I'm physically home, but I am not mentally.
Mhm.
You know why? You go home, you go to sleep, you wake up, you get ready. You don't have time to yourself. So that was my turning point with this business, with this online. Yes, it's okay. We probably we get to our next question. Um,
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that. And then, yeah, I totally understand you. And I love what you share there. During the pandemic, you have to decide between you and your family. And in the case, you put your family as a second. And some people might say, like, oh, but that's not good. But in a way, it is, because if you are one less person that can help out there during the pandemic,
mhm.
um, it can propagate. So you're kind of like sacrificing yourself to be able to also, save your family. So it's a hard decision, but you have to make the right decision. And in that case, that was the right decision, even though you have to be away from your family.
At that time.
Um, Yes, at that
Yeah.
time, yes. At that
Mhm.
time, yeah, because like the pandemic, it was the hands you guys were short of how much was happening out there.
Oh my God, it
You
was
were working,
really. Yes, it was really to the point that do I have to continue doing this? But
Hmm.
again, I have this very strong faith that if I stay, I could change. I could change somebody's lives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And yeah, and you also mentioned, and I do relate to you when you say, you were working three jobs. And yes, you were doing this, like a cycle, working, coming home, sleep, and go back again, and you didn't really have time for you to be able to recharge,
No.
to be able to have that energy. And I do understand that because, I also work long hours in the movie industry. And, um, like Monday to Fridays, and I don't know, probably you were working more than 5 days. I've seen people that work like 6 days or sometimes 7 days, Um, and when you do that on the long run, your body is still start feeling it, um, you start getting that burnout. And then, there might be some times where your environment might be stressed, for the circumstances that is happening in there. So that also put a toll on you. So when you want to go home, you just want to relax, but you go straight to bed. So you're not really present for your family. You're like present in person, but not mentally,
No. Yes.
because you are very tired. So one difference is, to be fully present for your family, really listening to what they're saying, really sharing those moments. And with the way that, we work long hours and doing this constantly, um, we are not able to do that, because we are pushing our body so much that your body is tired. And eventually, if we keep doing that, our body is gonna say like enough,
Yes,
and you
yeah.
don't have that
You're
wake up call.
you're no longer young to do that
Exactly.
kind of. Yes, that's one thing I was also thinking at that time is like, could I do this job all my life?
Hmm.
I'm not getting younger, and that's like I said, that was my turning point as well, that I gotta do something. And of course, this business actually came at the right time, you know I was not sure. Of course, I was not just probably like you out there. You're not sure, and I was the same. And I did my research and all that, and then I took a took the fate of, how you
Leap of
say it?
faith. Leap of
Yes,
faith.
yes. And then I said, I have no business background, but I know I'm ready for change.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do relate to you. Like when you were saying, because like when I started this journey was like 25 years ago. The on the movie industry I'm talking about. So I was young. I had a whole energy. I could work like 15 to 17 hours. 5 days a week. But
Mm-hmm.
as I get older, time has passed. And I got older. um, I started to feel in it. I didn't have the same energy. Like I used to work those long TV series, and then doing this for 6, 8 months, constantly. At the beginning, you start with the energy, but
Mm-hmm.
halfway that, then you start feeling it, and you start getting that burnout, and you need to take some time off. But did like you, did I ask myself, I'm getting older, I don't have the same energy as I used to be, yes, this was my dream job. This is what I wanted to do. But now, I'm older, don't have the same energy. I have a different perspective in life of what I really want to have, what I really want to enjoy. So like you, I started to think, I gotta do something, because I cannot continue working these long hours until I'm 67 years old. I don't even know if I'm gonna be healthy by then, because like you guys on the nurses, you don't have a fixed schedule. Sometimes you might be working during the day, sometimes you might be working during nighttime, or like in between. So same
Right.
here for us. Depending, of the shooting, like if you're shooting in the morning, you will be working in the morning, but if you're shooting at nighttime, then we're going to be working at nighttime. So that, and then that happens, like for example, today we are shooting during the day. tomorrow we're back at nighttime. So that's like a drastically change in your body,
Wow.
to adjust, you
Mm,
know, from one day to the other. And then from nighttime, then we go back to the daytime. So that really, you don't feel it at the beginning, but, with the time passing, your body start getting that toll from those changes, and then you want to make sure that, when you want to make sure to enjoy your life, to be
that's
healthy and
right.
enjoy, because yes, you can have all the money that you want, but if you're not healthy, what is the money worth for,
There you
so
go. Yes, that's this business actually. Of course, we are here to make extra. That's for now. This is my side hustle. As you know, I'm still working my regular job. At least I'm working one job now, but this business really gives us so much flexibility. How like for me when I'm not at work, I do this business at home or anywhere I go. We love going camping as a family now. I have more time for myself and to do things that we love. So wherever we go, wherever we want to be, this business is going with us. As long as you have a strong internet connection, you have a gadget. Who doesn't have a gadget nowadays, right? Let's
mhm,
face it, the world is evolving. Technology is evolving. I was actually following this creator, content creator, like what she was saying. It took her a couple years to get where she is now. It's you have to be resilient of what you're doing. You have to show up every day if you want to change your life, and this business really offers those kind of thing. The system is already given. It's up to you how you want to run your business or your side hustle.
yeah. Yeah, like you mentioned, we really have to take advantage of the digital world. Something that, our parents didn't have that opportunity. So for them, the only option was to work, go to work, and do that. But now we are in a digital era where you have options, you can create that lifestyle that you want and then work from anywhere. And that's one of the things that I was looking for, the portability of the business. So when I find out about this online business opportunity, it checked all the boxes that I wanted. So this online business opportunity gives you that freedom that you were talking about. Like you love to go camping, you can take your business with you as long as you have internet connection. So you're not really stuck in one place to be able to do your business. You can be, if you love traveling, you can take your business with you wherever you go. And that's thanks to our automated system that we have. So really, the possibilities to be able to have a better lifestyle with a digital world business, is really amazing, because it gives you that financial stability that you can build, and start it on the side, like you, for example, we all are doing, we start this on the side, and then eventually, like you were able to replace you had three jobs at first, you were able to replace two of them, you still have one, but eventually, this one will replace actually the one that you have, and then you're gonna be fully, just doing the business. And when we say fully, it doesn't mean like a 9 to 5 you have to be there on the business, usually like 2 to 4 hours that you allocate to your business, on a daily basis. And there might be some days that you say like, oh, today I'm going to take a day off, and then I will do tomorrow what I didn't do today, or you can schedule ahead of time because of the automated system. So really the options are there to have that kind of lifestyle where you have that work life balance, and at the same time building that financial stability, which that's one of the things that this business is. It has the scalability, yes, you start small, but then it keeps increasing, and then eventually will surpass your actual income. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so single question for you. So you mentioned a story with zero experience in business and learning between shifts. What were
Mhm.
the first small step that gave you the confidence to keep going?
Oh boy. So that's very exciting part. So of course, when I started a business, like I said, I had no experience at all. I then I was working still three caregiving jobs, and I thought for myself, I said, how am I gonna do this? But at that time, at the same time, I was I was really looking for something that something that I can do it. I can do it on my own. So then that's when the mindset comes.
Mm-hmm.
Now I realize that when you're ready for change, for me, mindset is automatic comes in. You see what I mean?
Yes.
It's like I didn't even like almost ask for it because I was so badly looking for change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't work so much about my mindset then, because I know people saying, well, you got to switch your mindset. I think mine was automatic because when you feel the urge, that's when it kicks in.
Yeah.
It makes sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yes. So I didn't struggle for that. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't. But then later on I said, so then how am I gonna apply this? So then I was automatically like I'm motivated. It surprised me. It really surprised. I was motivated. I was showing every day. I want to know things. I want to know how this is gonna make it. So I think for me is because I was really looking for urgency. So
Mm-hmm.
for you out there, if you say, oh, I'm so tired of my job, I don't like my job, well, perhaps maybe, you know, try something different, you know? So, yes.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. And I love what you said, you know, you really have to have the right mindset. And I do agree with you because you might know that you need some change, but if you're not have that sense of urgency, like you mentioned, you might not see the opportunity in front of you because you still feel comfortable in your comfort zone. But when you have that sense of urgency where you are like, okay, I'm at a crossroad. I don't know what to do. I need to find something, a way out because I cannot continue like this, you know? That's when your mindset opens up and you are able to see the opportunity in front of you. So I do agree with you having the right mindset to be able to see what is in front of you and and be able to do what you have to do to be able to reach where you want to go. Because yes, you know that you might have a change, but if you don't have the right mindset, you know, you might do it, you know,
Mhm.
but you're not really pushing yourself because, you know, you don't see that sense of urgency of I have to do this because, you know, I have to achieve it. Um, so, for example, a good example, just to make an analogy here, you have an athlete, let's say, you know, doing who wants to compete to the Olympics. He has that urgency of, you know, I want to be able to represent my country, so I'm going to do whatever it takes. If I have to train, you know, day and night, but I will do it because I want to be on that pod, you know, representing my country. But if you are someone like, oh, I'm just gonna try to see if I can make it, you know, that's not the same mindset. Because you're gonna try, but if you see that it's hard, you're gonna stop, you know. So that's the difference. So having the right mindset really makes a huge difference.
Mhm.
And you might not have to have the right mindset because, you know, you can work on your mindset, you know, like many of us when we come, like I thought that I had a strong mindset, you know, when I came to this business, but you know, this business showed me that I didn't have the right mindset. And why I say that is because your mindset, you have to fit your mindset every day, because this is not an easy journey. Just like an athlete, you know, who wants to go to the Olympics, is not an easy journey. You know, there's going to be ups and downs. So you really have to feed your mindset daily, on a daily basis. So that way, you know, you're prepared to, when there's some setbacks and when there's some challenges out there, you know, yes, you're human, you're gonna feel down, you're gonna have those emotions, and you're gonna have your moment to reflect on that. But then what you do, you bounce back and you keep going your journey. You don't stay in that moment and then give up, so that's the difference, and really, our mindset plays a big role in this journey. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so next question for you. So now that you have quit both caregiving jobs, how has your life changed mentally, physically, and emotionally? And what message do you have for caregivers feeling stuck?
Oh boy, that is a good question. So now I'm enjoying my my family. Like I said, we love going, doing outdoor things, and of course, when before I yes, we do things like that, but it's always a limited time. We gotta go back, we gotta rest. But now I have all the time for myself. I do things that I love with my family, and of course, I'm still working my regular job, but that's not really the hindrance for me running this business, because I can just do it anytime I want, and I can take it with me anywhere I go. So that's the best part. And of course, having just one job now in this, it's I'm living a life.
Yes. And what message would you give to those people that they feel right now stuck? They're watching you. They were in the same place as you were in the past. So what would you say to them that they're watching you?
My advice to them is, if you are searching or looking for the perfect time, a perfect moment, there isn't.
Mhm.
There is, this is the perfect moment and the perfect time. So check it out, check our website, and check this business out. We don't have experience when we started this business, and fast forward today, I was able to quit my two caregiving job and living my life, enjoying the time I have with my family. And if I can do it, as a caregiver, without experience running the business, I made it through this point, and so can you. So yeah, take a uh,
Leap of
leap of
faith.
faith. Yes, I'm sorry. And yeah, we offer complimentary webinar. So just go to our website and register with your legit email in your name, and yeah, we actually help you go through the process, and we are here to mentor you. We work hand in hand with you, and yeah, take the first step, because if there's no first step, there's nothing really. So yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Oh, hold on. There you go. So yeah, so thank you for sharing that. So you mentioned, thanks to this online business, now you're able to have more family time, you're able to have more me time. And that's something that I love, what you talk about me time, do the things that you love to do. Because when we are working, we just focusing on work, going to spend time with the family a little bit, and then rest, and then go to that cycle. But we really didn't have that me time, making sure that we allocate that me time where it allows you to recharge. When you do the things that you love, like if you have a hobby, some people love gardening, for example. Um, I love painting. Um, when you do things that you love, it really, recharge you, because you get to you are loving what you're doing, right?
Mhm.
So when you have that energy, and you are in that positive mood, you are able to give back again, have allocate some energy for your family, allocate some energy for the business, and allocate some energy for your work. But you have the energy to be able to do it. Like you mentioned, you used to have three jobs, now you downsize to one job. But even the one job that you have, you go to work when you decide to go to work. It's not like before, you didn't have a choice, you had to go to work, so it gives you that flexibility to continue working, continue building this on the side, and having that family time, and that having that me time. So this is what, this online business will give you, that time freedom, that work life balance, to be able to do the things that you love. I love the other thing that, there's no perfect time, and that is true. we always we always think about, waiting for the perfect time. Oh no, I'm just waiting until I have better, mindset, for example. When I have the right mindset, I will join, because right now I don't have the right mindset. So if you keep waiting until you have the right mindset, or if you keep waiting until you're ready to do something, that moment will never come, because you're always going to put that excuse that, when I'm ready. In reality, those are excuses that we put ourselves to kind of like protect ourselves, from failures, protect ourselves from what other people think.
Mm-hmm.
But if we remove those excuses, you will see that, really those excuses are not valid, because whatever you're putting up, as an excuse, there's always, a way to do it. if
Yes.
you if you are willing to do it, that's the thing. If you're willing to do it, if you're willing to take action, yes, you can do it. So those excuses are not valid. Those excuses are just a way to protect ourselves from failure, protect ourselves of what other people might think. So we really have to remove that, and stop saying, when the perfect time is. Or another thing, like for example, also now in our journey as a business owners, we always like, oh no, I'm just waiting to get that perfect video ad, like to make sure that it looks nice, and then you keep waiting and waiting, you never launch your ad, you know
Oh, I know.
so, so that's another example of waiting for that perfect ad, for example. So you just have to do it, just do it.
You
Don't.
have to know everything right now. That's what where I was. I don't have to know everything right now. I just wanna start. you
Mhm.
know so yeah, it's an amazing platform, amazing system. So like I said earlier, the system was it's already given to us. It's up to us to take the first step, and then just do it.
Yes. Yeah, and I love what you say about that too, because you mentioned that before too. Um yeah, a lot of people, one of the doubts that they feel is that they think, "Oh, but I don't have the experience, or I don't have the knowledge." Like for example, you mentioned you didn't have any business knowledge, for this. But really you don't need any experience. You don't really need any knowledge or any technical experience, for example, because the way that, our video training is designed video based, so you can watch it at your own pace. Okay, and there is it easy to follow. So really, in terms of knowledge, you don't need a knowledge, because it's designed for someone who has zero knowledge. In terms of technical skill, again, you don't need that. Why? Because you have a mentor, you have a global online community here that will give you that support. So you're never alone in this journey, you know. So that's something that you can always reach out to someone in the community. And because we are on a global online community, it doesn't matter if you are working late at night on your business, and you put a question in our communication app, someone from another side of the world that is at daytime will answer to your question and will be able to help you. And at the same time, you make a new friendship, new connections. Like Marichu and I, we met today, in person, through the
Nice
online.
meeting you, by the way, the first time.
Yes. And now,
Yeah.
we make that connection. And, and that's the other beauty of this business, that our network it's expanded globally thanks to this online business. We make new friendships, and then eventually, we got the opportunity to meet from online to offline. Like recently, we celebrated the 51st anniversary of one of our main vendors. Um, and everyone flew from all over the world to this convention, and we got to meet, from online to offline. And it's a nice thing to to see everyone in person and finally meet them. So eventually, hopefully I get to meet you in person one day, if not the
One day,
next
yes.
convention.
Yes.
So
I just want to point out one thing, if you don't mind. When you say that if you don't have it, we don't need experience running the best business. Yes, that is 100%. Because people that is in our community right now, that they are actually making, uh, how you see that? They're making, they're ranking up there. Um, they are online top earners right now in
mhm.
this community. Those are the people that started just like us.
Yeah.
Okay? They don't know anything about the business. So, but because we have the system platform that designed to everyday walks of life. So
Mhm.
think of that. When I see this, I said to myself, oh my gosh, I could be like them as well. So that's very amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, and I love that you say that, because yeah, we have people in our community from 18 years old all the way to 85 years old that I'm aware that are in this business, doing it. And like you mentioned, many of our leaders that, they're millionaires, because
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing, when I started this business 2023, and I think we started, we met when we were talking that we started almost at the same time. Um, this the Wednesday mastermind, which is we have one tonight, is a training that we have for live training for the entire community. It was called Wednesday Mastermind, but today is called Millionaire Mastermind. And the reason why it's called Millionaire Mastermind is because we have now more than one millionaires in our community. So like she was mentioning, many of our leaders, just to mention one of them, it is a lady who is when she started and found this business, she was 60 years old. Okay. Um, and she didn't know how to turn on a computer. She didn't know any social media, didn't have any social media skills. But you know what? She wanted to change her life. So even with all the struggles, that she had, she learned, and she was asking her grandson, how to help her. So when she had to wait sometimes, many times, for her grandson after school, so he can come by and show her, how to do things. And one time, this is a funny story. One time, she was kind of like giving up on herself because she was having a struggle, but she said it aloud, and her grandson was there. She said it aloud, and she said like, "Oh, I can't do it anymore." And then her grandson say, "But grandma, didn't you say that when you set your mind to it, you can do anything that you put your mind to it?" And
Mm-hmm.
then inside her, she said, "Oh my God, now I have to eat my own words because I was teaching that to my grandson, and now I'm not giving that example." So thanks to that she said aloud, and her grandson replied back, you know today she's very successful. She's from Canada. She the winter times in Canada, she lives in in Mexico, and then for the summertime in Canada, she comes back to Canada. But yeah, she's one of the leaders, in our community. And she's just an example, of someone who has zero skills, zero knowledge, but had a willing to learn
And
and
look
to
at them now. They are the
yeah,
top earners in this community. And if they can do it, we can do it. Everyone should be doing it.
exactly, yes. So yeah, so we have arrived to the end. So if you were here and you are watching, our live with us today, and you got inspired with Marichu's story and what we shared today, about our online business community, and you want to learn a little bit more about this online business opportunity that we are showcasing you, You have three options here. So one, you can put in the comments more info and we can reply to your comment. Or two, you can send us a private message and we can answer any of your questions. Or three, you can register directly into our websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar, which we have one live webinar tomorrow. So it's every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. But if you want to catch the replay of yesterday's live webinar, when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register to the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday and one for Thursday. So you can register for either one or for both. The second link that you get, that is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. Now, in addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so what am I going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And then you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So there you go. So if you want to learn how to start your online business or want to know more about this information, those are the three options that you can do. And we'll be happy here to answer any questions. And if you decide to take that leap of faith, we're also going to be here to guiding you as a mentor. So you are not alone on this journey. We are here, and we also have the global online community support. Um, so you're never alone. So if that's your concern, because like one of the things, it's hard to do it on your own, but when you have that support, it makes a huge difference in your success. So saying that, we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. If you are watching us from Facebook and you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe on mine over here, and you can subscribe on Marichu's. I think it's Marichu's, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Marichu apostrophe and then S.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you can subscribe to follow Marichu on Facebook. Now, if you're watching us from YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe to the channel and press that notification bell to get notified when we post new content and when we go in live. So that way you keep learning about this online business opportunity. And when you feel ready, we'll be here to guide you along the way. And hopefully we get to see you inside of our global online community and helping you along the way, as a mentor. So thank you again for our guest today, Marichu, for being here with us today, for sharing her journey and her story. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
The pleasure is mine, Marichu, for having you. So saying that, we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Wednesday for those who are on Wednesday, and a happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday, and a happy and blessed rest of the week for everyone. Thank you for being here with us today. And stay tuned for tomorrow for another story and another guest. So thank you again for being here at the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. God bless you all. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow for another story and another guest. Bye, everyone.